The first time I saw Empress Erilith of the Celestian Dominion, I understood why entire star systems whispered her name with equal parts reverence and fear. She stood at the center of the throne chamber like she was carved from starlight itself, tall, silver-skinned, crowned with living crystal that floated above her head in slow orbit. Her eyes held the depth of collapsing galaxies, and every movement she made felt intentional, commanding, impossible to ignore. And yet somehow she noticed me. A single human ambassador's assistant, me, standing among towering diplomats, shimmering alien monarchs, and species so advanced they barely acknowledged humans existed. Maybe it was because I smiled. I had this terrible habit. When nervous, my mouth curled into a grin I couldn't control. And nervous didn't even begin to describe how I felt standing in the throne room of the most powerful woman in this quadrant of the galaxy. Her gaze swept the chamber like a beam of cold energy, then stopped on me. Oh, stop. My heart tried to escape my chest. My grin widened without permission. The Empress tilted her head, strands of luminous hair floating around her shoulders like weightless threads. Then she spoke, and her voice echoed as if the chamber itself carried her words. "Human, why do you bare your teeth at me?" Every delegate froze. 2 guards snapped their spears upright. Someone whispered, "He is smiling at the Empress. Has he lost his mind?" I very nearly fainted. But there was something in her tone that didn't sound like anger. Sounded like genuine confusion. Maybe even curiosity. I swallowed, forcing myself to answer. "It's a smile, your radiance." She blinked. "A display of dominance." "What?" "Well, it's something humans do when we are happy, or shy, or nervous, or sometimes all 3. She stepped closer. The floating crystals above her shifted color, glowing faint lavender. The air around her felt warm, humming with energy. "And what," she said, "made you happy in this moment?" A dozen diplomats stared at me, silently begging me not to get incinerated. I knew what I should say. Diplomatic honor, awe of presence, respect for royalty. Something safe. Something polished. Instead, my mouth betrayed me in the worst, most honest way possible. "It was for you." A heartbeat of silence. The Empress of the Celestian Dominion, conqueror of 8 star systems, wielder of cosmic resonance, the most untouchable being in 3 galaxies, smiled back. Part 2. The Empress summons me. After that incident, my superior, Ambassador Keller, nearly imploded trying to scold me. "You smiled at her. You told her it was for her. Do you know how many treaties could vaporize because you can't control your face?" But before he could finish, a guard appeared. A Celestian royal guard. A 7-foot, armored, slit-eyed sentinel who radiated starlight. "Ooh. Human Talon Reed," he announced. "The Empress summons you." Keller turned chalk white. "He's dead." I wasn't dead. Least not yet. The guards escorted me through crystalline corridors that pulsed with cosmic energy. Celestian architecture wasn't built. It grew, shaped by psionic resonance. Walls shimmered like frozen nebulae. Floors rippled with star patterns that changed depending on who walked on them. Finally, we reached a pair of massive doors. They parted without being touched. The Empress waited inside, standing on a platform that overlooked a swirling holographic galaxy. Her back was to me, but she spoke without turning. "You came. Like I had a choice." "I am honored, Empress." She turned and I felt the air shift. Not physically, emotionally. As if the room itself leaned toward her. "Tell me again," she said softly, "why you smiled." I swallowed. "Because you're remarkable." "Remarkable," she repeated, tasting the word. "To be remarkable is to stand apart." to be feared or worshipped or envied, but rarely to be understood. Her eyes held galaxies. So tell me, human, did you smile because you wished to understand me? No, I said before I could stop myself. I smiled because I wanted you to understand me. That made her freeze. Humans, she murmured, are a strange species. Thank you, I said weakly. That was not a compliment. Oh. She stepped closer, studying my face. But you interest me. And for the Empress of Celestia, interest was more dangerous than a death sentence. Part 3. A Dangerous Curiosity. From that day on, Aerolith summoned me often. Not Keller. Not the Council. Me. At first, the sessions were formal interrogations disguised as conversations. Why do humans laugh? Why do humans hide emotions? Why do humans seek connection with those above their status? But as days passed, her questions changed. Does your smile always appear when you are at ease? Do you smile with everyone or only with those you trust? Do you smile with those you admire? And every time, those galaxy-filled eyes watched me as if each answer rewrote her understanding of the universe. One evening, as we stood in her observation chamber watching a supernova projection dance across the dome, I asked her a question for once. Why does my smile interest you so much? She didn't look away from the swirling lights. Because Celestians do not smile, she said. Joy is unfamiliar to us. We feel pride, duty, triumph. But not joy. That sounds lonely. Lonely, she repeated. Celestians do not experience loneliness. I looked at her. You do. That made her finally look back. And I realized something monumental. She didn't deny it. Part 4. The night everything changed. Weeks later, during a celebration of interstellar alliance, I found myself walking through the palace gardens. Celestian flora wasn't like normal vegetation. Trees glowed from within, petals drifted upward, and flowers opened only in the presence of emotional resonance. I sat alone beneath a star crystal tree and smiled. A moment later I heard footsteps. Talon Reed, Aerolith said, appearing beside me. You left the hall. Big celebrations aren't really my thing, I admitted. She studied the glowing petals above us. They react to you. I'm human. We're basically walking emotion bombs. She lowered herself gracefully beside me. Close. Very close. You smiled again, she said softly. Not at me. Not at anyone. Just to yourself. It's peaceful here. That feeling, she whispered, is not one I have often experienced. We sat in silence for a long moment. Then gently she said, Human, may I ask something without diplomatic consequence? Sure. She turned completely toward me. Smile for me. And blinked. You want me to? She nodded. You said joy can be shared through expression. I wish to know what it feels like to witness it directly. My cheeks warmed. Okay. Smiled. Not nervously. Not fearfully. Just honestly. The floating crystals around her flickered. Then glowed a soft, warm gold I had never seen before. The Empress inhaled sharply, as if feeling something for the first time. I see, she whispered. The expression warms. She touched her chest, startled. My resonance shifts. That's good, I whispered. It is overwhelming. She looked at me again, and her voice lowered. Do you smile like this for others? Not like this, I said. Only for you. Her breath stilled. Talon. Her fingers lightly touched my cheek, something no Celestian ever did without deep intent. Your expression affects me more than any cosmic force. I swallowed hard. Empress, Aerolith. She stepped even closer. This is no longer diplomatic curiosity, she said. This is something I do not have words for. I whispered. We call it affection. The golden resonance around her brightened. Part 5. The Empress makes a choice. The next day, the throne chamber was tense. Celestian elite gathered, murmuring about strange emotional readings from their ruler. When Aerolith entered, the chamber vibrated with power. She didn't go to her throne immediately. She walked straight to me. Every alien dignitary gasped. Ambassador Keller nearly fainted. She stopped inches from me and spoke loudly enough for all to hear. I have made a discovery. Her voice echoed through the entire chamber. Humans possess an emotional expression capable of altering celestian resonance. She paused, then turned her eyes on me. And only one human has shown me this. Smile. The council stirred. Empress, surely this interest is strategic. This interest, she said firmly, is mine. Silence. Then she reached out and took my hand. Another universal gasp. It warms me, she said, in ways I believed impossible. Aerolith, I whispered. Are you sure? She smiled. Not fully, but the celestian version of it. A subtle shift of light across her features. And for her species, that meant more than any human grin ever could. Yes, she said. I am sure. Part 6. A new beginning. Later, alone in the garden again, she stood with me beneath the glowing trees. Humans are unpredictable, she said. You say that like it's a bad thing. It is not. She looked at me with warm, golden-lit eyes. You taught me something our species has lost. What's that? She lifted my hand, holding it gently. Joy. I smiled again, and the trees lit up brighter than before. Her breath caught. It still surprises you. Yes. Yes. She stepped closer. And I hope it always will. She rested her forehead against mine, an intimate gesture for Celestians. Talon Reed, she whispered. Your smile was meant for me. And now mine is meant for you. For a long moment the universe felt still. A human and an empress, sharing something beyond diplomacy, beyond species, beyond galaxies. Connection. Warmth. Oi. And as the star crystal petals drifted around us like falling lights, she said the words that changed everything. Stay beside me. Let your smile continue to reshape my world. And I did. Gladly.